HCTV Sports is supported by The Spool House. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs. Culver's of Hastings. From savory butterburgers to sweet scoops of frozen custard, we've got something handcrafted for everyone.
Making the play.
He gets the pin. Raiders are clawing their way back in this game.
Just snipes one.
It's ball game. Over. Save. Oh my God!
Did you see that?
Great diving play.
He's hit a touchdown. Hastings Raiders win the ball game. Welcome to Todd Field at McNamara Stadium, where tonight we have a doubleheader of soccer action coming at you. We have the South St. Paul Packers coming here to Hastings to take on our Raider girls soccer team. I'm Kyle Kreiser, as always joined by Jeremy Reuter. This is going to be a crucial, important showdown here, a section game and a conference opponent. Jeremy, what do we think about tonight's matchup?
This should be a good match to watch. If you're not busy, come on down. I encourage you to keep the live stream in your hand while you're doing that. Watch both at the same time. That's what I love to do as a parent, as a fan. But this is it's a tough section, a tough conference all of a sudden, right? So you're looking at it's really seeing early-ish in the season here what's going to kind of shake out looking towards the finals here.
You saw the graphic of our conference early season schedule. Both teams finding some success, have a win in conference. The one common opponent they do have is Two Rivers. South St. Paul lost to them 4-0 early on in the season, whereas the Raiders played them on Tuesday night and tied them. So, again, records don't mean much at this time of year. What matters probably even more than the conference standings at this point is section seeding. The Raiders dropping down to Class AA, so 3AA, where South St. Paul is currently at 2. South St. Paul's had some success so far. They beat Holy Angels, who was actually the team that won the state tournament last year. They beat them early on.
Perennial favorite, right? Like they're a strong team.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. As I look at the game that's going to happen here, some key players that you might want to watch on both sides. For the Raiders, all things flow through Sienna Sanchez. She's the leading goal scorer. For people that are just tuning in, she's number 7 for the Raiders. Another person to watch for the Raiders that scores a lot of goals for them is Jersey Appert, number 9. For South St. Paul, they have 4 really solid go-to players. Haley Rohr, who's a junior captain midfielder. Addie McLaughlin, who's a sophomore midfielder. Sarah Willie, their senior captain forward. And Bride Davey, who's their goalie. They have some pretty experienced players, much like the Raiders. Lots of seniors on their roster. They're a little younger squad than us. Raiders heavy with juniors and seniors in their lineup.
Which is key. You develop your feeling and your touch over time as a group, and hoping we'll see that on display here shortly.
Yeah, the key, as we talked about kind of before the game, before we got on the air, is everything should run through the midfield, right? Raiders a little bit more inexperienced in the center area. They're rolling out players like Fiona Myers and Bryn Kelly and Olivia Levine, and everything's got to flow through them. They are playing Olivia Erickson up a little bit higher than normal. You'll see Olivia Erickson playing for the Raiders. She's number 11. She does a lot of that gritty work for the Raiders that doesn't always go on the score sheet, but she's just a tough player that does a lot of that stuff that you don't see.
As a coach, those are the players you look to set things up. Again, it doesn't always make the highlight reel, but it makes a difference by the end of the game.
Yeah, and on the outside, Ellie Magnus is going to run the right side flank for most of the game. She has so much speed, so if she gets one-on-one against anyone, watch out. On the back line, you can see Lila Mahoney playing it over to Caitlin Wood. A lot of experience on that defensive line. Sorry about the technical difficulties there as we kind of adjust our volume. They run Kaylee Geeson and Lila Mahoney as center defenders. And then Caitlin Wood and Ava Santa Maria on the outside. Good turn there by Olivia Erickson. The South St. Paul controls the ball.
Good step there by Mahoney.
They get the ball out wide to Magnus, loses possession.
Raiders just be a little off on their touch here to start with. I'm guessing we'll see them settle in here in a minute.
We're battling the sun here, and we're in the corner of the booth. So if we lose track of numbers or names, we apologize as we kind of get ourselves familiarized with South St. Paul. Out of bounds, and it's a Raider throw-in.
I also guarantee we'll butcher a couple of the pronunciations of names. We're usually good for that, too.
Absolutely. Magnus with a monster throw. She's got a cannon of an arm when she brings that ball in. We talked about their captain in the middle. We're going to mention a lot of the same names as they kind of flow through this game. Olivia Erickson now holding possession. Nice long ball, just a little too central on it. They're running Tavia Graff on the left side tonight, trying something a little different. They've ran Ellie Levine out there a lot. They like to switch things up, though. Tavia Graff has a lot of speed. She brings a lot of energy out there. Normally plays defense, but they're sliding her up at left side mid. Sienna plays it over to Tavia.
Nice pass through.
See if she can save it. Tries to cut it back in. It's number 11, Haley Rohr, clearing it up. Good step there by Caitlin Wood as she possesses it forward.
It's a Geeson up there on the edge.
Oh, that's Geeson, sorry.
Similar ponytail.
Yeah, the blonde hair.
Yep.
Losing the blonde hair from a distance. We call it out of bounds. Yeah, so we talked about the familiarity with these two teams. Same conference, but this year as a section opponent. Some of the common opponents in their section that you're going to hear of. Cretin-Durham Hall is now in the Raiders section. South St. Paul did play them early in the year. They're one of the two teams that they lost to. It's number 7 on the ball, Sarah Willie. Fires wide
Just
and
outside.
high. Good shot attempt there by Willie, just off the mark. In the nets for the Raiders is Grace Canole. You can see the replay on Sarah Willie's shot here as it goes high and wide. Grace Canole is a junior. Essentially, it's her first year as their goalie. Last year, she tore her ACL, and she had to watch from the sidelines. Probably would have been her starter last year had she been healthy. Sienna Sanchez on the ball. Quick turn. Possessing the ball. For those that don't know, Sienna Sanchez, a junior, just recently signed. Play with, oh, good ball across the middle. This is a dangerous one.
Ooh, keeper is good second effort there. That's a tough ball to rein in.
Yeah, Brianna Davey handled that well with someone in her face. As I was saying, Sienna Sanchez just recently signed with the University of Colorado to play college soccer. Just signed about a month ago, and so the future Buffalo, getting ready for her college career. Ellie Magnus runs the flank. Like we said, she's got some good wheels, sends it across. Oh, and it's going to own goal.
And those are, players going to feel bad about that. But really, it's the offensive setup there that sells that.
Yeah, so Ellie Magnus running that right side, sent the ball across the middle. Weren't sure who that went off of, but did go off the South St. Paul player in the back of the net. And to your point, Jeremy, anytime you can control that ball and be the aggressor, good things happen. You can see she swings it across here.
And with the speed of that setup, it's so hard as a defender. You're chasing the ball, and now you got to try to change direction, not contact the ball towards the net, and clear it is a tough play.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, they're going to call it an own goal, just deflecting off the South St. Paul Packer. Early 1-0 lead for the Raiders in the first 5 minutes of this game. And I'll tell you what, getting an early goal like that, even if it's not pretty, matters a lot. Yes. You build that confidence, and all of a sudden you play a little bit looser. Now it's over to Sienna. She's got a little bit of space to operate, though. 1-on-3, she cuts it back. She's got some options. She cuts it back to Erickson. Back to Sanchez, just a little bit long. She's still got the ball. See if she can fire a shot. Oh, what a beauty. What a great lead up to that goal. Olivia Erickson feeds Sanchez. Just bangs a 2-touch left corner, and just like that, the Raiders take an early 2-0 lead. That was a thing of beauty.
As a coach, I don't know what you tell your players besides try to be ready for it again, because that is tough to stop in the moment.
It's 1 touch, bang, left corner. Absolute fire for the Raiders, early 2-0.
And the defender had good coverage there.
Yeah,
that's a tough
right
corner
there
to take.
But what a good first touch. That created everything. Magnus on the ball now. She's going to play through Kelly, just a little bit short with it. So just like that, it's 2-0, and we're not even 5 minutes in this game. We're talking about how this is such a crucial game, and when you can get an early lead like this changes tactics. It opens up gaps.
Your keeper feels better. Your back line feels a lot better.
Yes.
Right? Everybody settles in a little bit.
Ooh, we got a little miscommunication as Wood tries to go for it. Sarah Willie on the ball now, tries to feed it as a long ball. Kaylee Geeson steps in.
To your point is, we hope you don't get settled in and too comfortable then, right? Like,
yes.
Because the South St. Paul team, I think, will take advantage if you settle back a little bit.
Yeah, Olivia Erickson steps in there to clear the ball, just wisely runs it out of bounds. You see two different styles of play at center D for the Raiders. Kaylee Geeson, a very controlled player who has a really good touch on the ball. Lila Mahoney, more of the speed, chases people down. Mahoney actually played kind of more of an outside mid-forward position last year. This year they slid her back to defense to kind of add some extra speed on that line.
Did you see the Raiders packing that back end, right, as South St. Paul is pushing forward here? And that's not a bad strategy here if you can gum up some of those passing lanes.
Yes, for sure. Raiders trying to clear it out of there. It's number 11 on the ball, Haley Rohr. She's still possessing here.
Directing traffic as she goes. It's a sign of a quality player right there.
Yeah, savvy midfielder to take her time, look to see what's open. Caitlin Wood plays it over to Bryn Kelly. Kelly on the turn here. Plays it over to Jersey Appert. Erickson's got some space now. She's got some options. She swings it across to Graf. Graf's got some space. Tries to cut it back. They're not going to call anything. Let's see. They do.
They do.
They call on the edge of the box. Just got bumped off the ball. A little bit too much body and not enough ball.
Graf making a great run there, timing that run on the line there.
You can see it right here. Just steps in, kind of uses her arm, lifts it up, and knocks her off the ball, but too much person, not enough ball on that one. So we're lined up for a free kick just outside the box. Looks like that's Olivia Erickson, I believe, who's lined up
in the sun here. It looks
yeah,
like
it's a little hard to see, but I believe that's Olivia Erickson. She was kind of calling off everybody that she wanted this. She lines it up. Oh, and back of the net.
Nice shot.
Goes top of the box with it. Top of the net, excuse me. And just like that, it's 3-0 Raiders.
So fast.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They tend to score goals in bunches, and it's a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, so we're 6.5 minutes in this game. You can see Olivia Erickson again. Lines it up. Goes top. Just like that, 3-0. Now, I also think that maybe the sun was a factor in this one. You could tell the goalie just did not have a good line on that one. She went over the top of the box and found that opening, but
a really good placement by Erickson, right?
Yes.
Just below the bar is a tough spot for a keeper.
Yes. Just like that, it is 3-0, and this changes the complexity of the game completely now.
And there's a lot of time left.
Yep.
But if you're South St. Paul, you got to be thinking, what do we need to adjust to not only seal up the back end a little better, but we have to start scoring some goals.
Yeah, for sure. Just like that, 8's on the ball.
That's a good quick take there.
Yep, Addie McLaughlin, that was the sophomore midfielder. Coach Hart did tell us that he does have some good young talent, McLaughlin being one of them. He did kind of cue some of his midfielders, and he said that was kind of the strength of their team, is some of those midfield players that you're going to hear from. Now, the Raiders' strength, I would definitely say, is their speed. They have lots of girls that can run up top, most notably Ellie Magnus, one of the fastest runners in the entire state of Minnesota. There's Sanchez all the way over to Jersey Appert.
Erickson falls in that category too, right?
All-state runner and Olivia Erickson. You got Sienna Sanchez, that's been part of some conference championship teams as a sprinter. You got Jersey Appert, that's been part of those relays that have been all-state. You got 4 girls that are legitimate speedsters that are all-state caliber.
And you're staring at all 4 from the middle of the field.
Yes. Pick your poison, right? That's definitely a strength of the Raiders, is speed. And I think it's a veteran squad, too, right? It's a team that's been playing together for a long time. Talking to Coach Armstrong, he said that they have a ton of experience. They had 5 starting seniors that they're trying to replace from last year, but they filled players with a lot of experience. He said they had 2 players with 4 years of varsity experience, many with 3 years, and even more with 2 years of experience. And you can see it on their roster. Up and down the lineup, they only have 1 freshman and 1 sophomore. The rest are all juniors and seniors. That's Olivia Levine checking in for that position. She's going to go wide to that right mid position.
And that depth is such a huge difference, right? Like, so you can afford to move people around, adjust as needed. You're not feeling like you're stuck in one set of positions, one set of players. It's a huge advantage for the Raiders.
And it looks like they kind of changed their formation a little bit. They're going to go Olivia Levine in the center, and they slid Jersey off to the right to kind of use her speed. You can see Erickson kind of telling her, use that speed, get out wide. Just a little wide with that pass, but she saves it. Appert cuts it back in. Good ball back to Erickson. Erickson swings it across. Can't control that touch, was Levine. South St. Paul's got some numbers now.
Making a good run.
Geeson all over this one, though. Geeson's such a smart, savvy player.
And that's a play there that, like, okay, yep, she kind of strolled up to the ball and kicked it out of bounds, but that only happens because you're in the right place.
Yep.
Right?
You know, and one thing that's been pretty cool about Coach Armstrong, he adapts. You know, the first 2 of their 3 first games of the year, they got kind of hammered. They got beat bad. They got beat by Eastview 8-1 in their first game.
It's tough.
And they got beat by Shakopee 6-3. Both solid programs.
Yes, yeah, very good teams.
But I think you realize pretty quick that we got to change. We got to change our formation. We got to change our styles. And since he's made that change from sliding Sienna from more of like a midfielder up top and trying Jersey back in the midfield and trying people in different positions, things have been clicking on all cylinders. It's been really fun to watch. South St. Paul in the corner kick here as she swings in with that left foot. Just a little bit far out, but it's going to drop to the top. Hastings first one to it, though.
Appert coming out, playing that ball well, buying some time to get set up.
Use the outside of the boot to try to pass it up. That's Olivia Levine. It's chasing there. That's number 3. Good touch there by 20. Swings it across. Santa Maria all over it. Way to use your body on that, Ava. Well done. All the way up to Sanchez. She's got some space. She cuts it back, swings it to Olivia Levine. Levine's got some options here. She swings it wide to Tavia Graff. Graff going to play it back to Levine. Just can't control it in the middle.
Nice step by Erickson there to keep that play alive.
And that's what I mean. Olivia Erickson does those little things, steps in front of a pass, dishes it out. Always under control, never flustered. I mean, she's been a varsity player now for 4 years. She's seen it all. Yep. You can tell she's always under control, has a good feel for the game, does a lot of nice things about it in that game. All right, South St. Paul throw here. All right, quick little shout out to our first sponsor, the Spool House. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs. Contact them at thespoolhouse.com/sewing.html. Spool House, one of our big sponsors here for HCTV. We always love to have sponsors helping out, support local television and local sports programs.
So if you're interested, get a hold of HCTV, become a sponsor. If you got a business in town here, right, get a lot of good publicity.
Absolutely.
In front of hometown fans who are going to be familiar with your business and hopefully get more familiar.
Absolutely, and this is the first of many sports you're going to see on HCTV. Football's been already on the air. You're going to see a lot of basketball and wrestling and other sports as well. We got a free kick from way out for South St. Paul. That's Esperanza Nelson. Swings in and just looks like it's a little long. Grace Cano's going to let her run.
And I think like sometimes we don't realize how fortunate we are to have HCTV in town here. As a parent, man, you're sick, you can't make it to your kids' game. It's like, oh, HCTV has it. I get to watch it anyways, right? It's our grandparents are out of town. There's a million different reasons why it's so important.
Yeah, just for families that are busy right now, but they still want to stay in touch with Hastings sports. It's a great alternative for busy families. Especially when the weather gets a little colder and you don't want to leave the house, right?
Or it's raining.
Yes. But tonight's a beautiful night, so if you're not doing anything tonight, come down to Todd Field because we got that doubleheader action, obviously with the boys playing at 7 versus South St. Paul.
And if you're in-house, like I said before, there's nothing like having HCTV on for the replays while you're watching the game live. Love it.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, I've done that a lot, right? Hastings, again, we talked about it, early 3-0 lead. They've got 3 goals in about the first 6.5 minutes. Since then, it's been back and forth.
South St. Paul making some good push here now.
Yeah, they've had some good attacks, that's for sure. Nothing real dangerous, but definitely have controlled the ball a little bit in the midfield, made some good runs from the outside.
Looks like a South St. Paul corner coming up here.
Yeah, so South St. Paul currently 4-3-1. They had some big wins in the section already. We talked about the win over Holy Angels early in the season. They've had 2 of their losses in the complete rain, which never helps anybody. They also play a really tough schedule, playing Cretin-Durham Hall, Holy Angels. They play Duluth East, who's one of the top programs in the state. The Raiders, on the other hand, play a pretty tough schedule as well. They have non-conference opponents like Minnetonka, who's currently ranked 6th in the state. They play Edina coming up, who's ranked 8th in the state. They play Rosemont, who's currently ranked 2nd. And that's not to mention conference opponents.
Hey, it's a hard schedule, but that's going to make you ready for the end of the season too, right?
So they swing it across, and there's a South St. Paul goal.
Just a good heads-up play there again.
And just like that, we talked about they were knocking on the door. South St. Paul gets that goal, and they're back in this game. Didn't catch who that was with the sun.
A better angle in the replay here.
All right, so we can see that was Rohr swinging it across. Gets a bump on the leg. Let's see. That looks like that's number 8. That's Addie McLaughlin. We talked about her before. She gets the goal for the Packers. All right, just like that 3-goal lead evaporates. It's 3-1. You can See some other Raiders that just got onto the game. You can see Claire Montgomery on the right side, 15.
Ruby Bauer in the middle.
8. Yeah, and that's one thing Coach Armstrong does a really good job of is he keeps the legs fresh. Gives girls a chance to make their run, and then he subs them off and gives a different girl an opportunity.
And that makes a world of difference. You get to the end of the game. A little warm tonight even, right? Like
Yep.
it makes a difference.
You can see they drop Sienna Sanchez back more to like a center mid position here. See what they're going to call here. It is a Raider throw-in. You'll see Coach Armstrong switch formations. You'll see him switch people in different positions. You'll see him switch different sides. He's definitely a person that likes to adapt and change to give the defenses a different look as well. See Sienna on the ball.
And you need a well-trained team to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up causing yourself more problems than the opponent.
Yep. You can see it swings over to Sienna, all the way over to the left-hand side. I believe that's Tavia Graff. No, it's Ava Santa Maria, excuse me. There's Mahoney on the ball. Caitlin Wood giving chase. Mahoney now in control. Swings it wide all the way over to Claire Montgomery. Montgomery over to Kelly, back to Montgomery. Gives chase, but out of bounds. Yeah, you'll hear all the names on the Raiders roster because he plays them all. He plays them all over the field.
Keep them all three together as long as you can. I'm on 4. Avery, just be a little careful with it.
Grace Brock's coming in. Looks like
Yeah,
the
looks
Raiders.
like the freshman Grace Brox. We're trying to catch the numbers, but that sun, it is brutal right now. South St. Paul clears the ball down the middle. Nobody there, but Ava Santa Maria gets first to that ball. Ruby
You see
Bauer
the
on
communication
ball.
there again, too, right?
Yep, absolutely. Ruby Bauer heads it out of bounds.
I'd still like to keep
Yeah, Packers goal kick here.
Our referee's pulling a little extra duty tonight with a two-man crew instead of a 3. It makes it a lot tougher on them as well.
Yes, it does in that heat.
I need tight.
Big kick there by their defender to clear it back up. Brox tries to clear it back up, get the ball out of danger. Bryn Kelly on it all the way over to Sienna. Sienna now possessing. She's got a little bit of space to operate, see what she does with it. Plays
Always
it over
dangerous.
to Ruby Bauer. Bauer back to Kelly. Kelly with maybe a little bit of a miss hit with her left foot. Over to the South St. Paul goalie, Brianna Davey. Sanchez up to Ruby Bauer, plays it over to Claire Montgomery.
Nice pass there from Montgomery.
Levine plays it over to Bryn Kelly. Back to Sienna. Sienna plays it up to Santa Maria. Good ball movement by the Raiders. Just one touch, two-touch soccer, moving that ball quick.
And you can easily get settled into saying, "Oh, we're a speed team," and constantly go for those long balls and that speed run. And if you can mix that in with some control, dangerous team.
Good ball by Grace Brox up to Bryn Kelly. Claire Montgomery chasing now, just loses touch of it. It'll be a Packers throw-in. Haven't seen Ellie Levine yet tonight. I'm wondering if she's a little banged up and not playing tonight. They have had a lot of games in a short period of time. You know, there's a stretch of your season, typically in early September, where I just feel like there's always a gauntlet of games.
Yeah, and I know this team played, 3 games last week?
Yeah.
That's tough.
It is. It's taxing on the body, for sure. Goes out of bounds, back for South St. Paul.
I said it.
As soon as I mentioned our referee crew doing extra work here, our 3rd referee showed up, so that works out good. It's always better.
Yeah, for sure, especially on a night like tonight where it is hot.
There's just so much to watch. Like as a coach, I know, like sometimes you get frustrated with referees, right? It happens. There's so much to watch on a soccer field.
Yes.
22 people, 100 yards of field. It's a lot to watch.
All right, so they're going to sub Olivia Erickson back on. See, they're kind of adjusting formations now. They got Erickson and Sanchez still in the midfield. Grace Brox on the ball just kind of loses control, goes out of bounds. Talked a little bit about Grace Brox. She is the only freshman on the roster. Very, very athletic kid. Another sprinter on the track team. As an 8th grader last year, she was, I believe, a hurdler on the varsity team at different points. Knoll wisely comes out, clears it out of danger.
Sometimes as the keeper, you just want to go fix that just before anything else can be touched, right? Just give it a minute to reset.
Yep. Seen Grace Knoll play a couple times. She's not afraid of contact, and she'll come out, which you always
Absolutely.
love it. You always love, as a coach, you want your goalie to be aggressive and challenge people.
Had a lot of aggressive goalies over the years, and man, it's a nice warm feeling as a coach.
Yes, for sure. Geeson on the ball. Tries to clear it up all the way to the sideline. Ruby Bauer on the ball all the way over to Sienna. Sienna's got some room to operate. See what she does here. Good ball. See if they can do something with this. It's Tavia Graff, I believe. Going to run out of bounds, though. Oh, no, that was Olivia Levine. Sorry. That dark hair.
Yep.
Couldn't see real well with the numbers. South St. Paul going to continue to sub on.
Once they turn back and get out of the direct
Yeah,
sub for us.
for sure. It's always easier to call the evening games than the 5 o'clock games. That sun drops makes our life just a little bit easier. As we mentioned to our fans, there is another game after this at 7 o'clock. So if you want to tune into HCTV after that, you can definitely watch a lot of soccer tonight. You can see the call, a little dangerous play there as Olivia Erickson climbs the back.
Little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Be a little too aggressive there. I do like the aggression, though, going for those balls. Just can't climb up someone's back. All right, about halfway mark of the first half. Raiders up 3-1. What's been the key to success for the Raiders so far?
Like we talked about, speed early and taking advantage of those quick breakneck plays. And then since then, it's been settling in to some more of that possession, moving the ball around, keeping South St. Paul moving back and forth.
Yeah, I think also, too, getting that early own goal just, I think, made everyone kind of settle in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter how it comes. An early goal is a huge settling factor for a team.
I think they scored their second goal within, 1 minute after that? So it's just bang, bang, it's 2-0 in the first 5 minutes, and all of a sudden it's a completely different game.
And that's where you credit South St. Paul coming back, getting that goal, a tough, heady goal there after that, because it's easy to get kind of settled in and a little demoralized, right? It's a little tough.
Yep. All right, you can see they're kind of changing some things up. But yet again, they slide Sienna Sanchez back up to forward. They drop. Looks like Ruby Bauer, they're going to drop to more of an attacking mid. So again, switching things up. Big throw there by Grace Brox. Sienna shields from the ball. Now Graff's back in. We had her and Olivia Levine confused before. Bryn Kelly's another player, though, that just is always under control. For only a sophomore, she does some things so nicely with the ball.
Yeah, a lot of experience in that family. Two of her siblings playing soccer also,
Yep.
and we'll see her brother here in a little while. And,
Yep.
And just a lot of work. Pushes lots of time in with club team and spends a lot of time working on her craft, and it shows out here.
It's a dangerous ball that Brock sent up. Tavia Graff on it. She's going to try to swing it up. Doesn't get enough leg behind it, but a dangerous ball to throw it in the mixer there. You never know what can happen with a bouncing ball in the box.
Well, we've seen that a couple times already today.
Yeah, absolutely. Good defense there by Brox. Sienna giving chase here as South St. Paul tries to control it. Claire Montgomery on the ball. Cuts it back. Gets her pocket picked a little bit, but it'll be a Hastings throw-in. Brox on the throw-in here. Keeping fresh legs again up at forward. They're going to sub at that left forward position. Looks like Jersey Appert's coming back on. Jersey, if I remember last year, had probably the best game of her career in that section game against Park. Scored 2 goals in a big section matchup where the Raiders defeated them. Kind of came out of nowhere. She had been kind of a spot starter for them and had 2 huge goals in that game to really kind of get them to the next round.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the right matchup, right? If you beat the person in front of you, take advantage of it.
Yeah, and she is dangerous. She's fast. She's got a rocket of her right leg. And when she plays with a lot of confidence, she can score quick. Good idea by Grace Brox. Tries to play it wide.
Nice save on the outside.
Lila Mahoney well on it. Sienna's chasing here, though. She's got a little bit of space. Let's see if she can finish. Oh! Good positioning there by Brianna Davey. Be in the right place at the right time. Otherwise, that one's in the back of the net.
Absolutely. Again, we talked about those aggressive keepers coming out. This is a good example again.
Seeking that bouncing ball. Sienna kind of splits the middle, goes left foot. Davey stays wide. Makes it really difficult for her. Good quick passing by the Packers here as Brox tries to play it across. As you look at the two rosters, South St. Paul has kind of a small JV roster with a couple 8th graders, a couple 9th graders. The Raiders, on the other hand, have both a JV and a C squad as well. So they got a lot of numbers down below. They don't pull up any 8th graders this year.
Yeah, you kind of run that year by year, right?
Yep.
With a senior heavy class this year, who knows what numbers look like for next year?
Yeah, I know that this year they have quite a few 9th graders that are out, which is great for the future, right?
Absolutely. Gets tough once numbers start becoming an issue.
Yeah. The boys' side, on the other hand, there's a lot of 8th graders that are playing up at the high school this year, and we'll talk about that in the next game. Out of bounds, Raiders throw here. Keeping a lot of fresh legs in this game. 15 minutes left in the first half. They're going to sub back on. I believe that's Caitlin Wood. They're going to play her up a little bit higher. Normally a defender, they're going to play her up more of as an outside mid. Jersey Apper giving chase here.
You see the speed right here.
Yep. Well
Good
done
play.
using that body, though. I mean, that's
just shield and let it go out, right? Don't try to beat the player to the ball. Don't risk contact there. Just shield and let it be your ball.
It's a smart play. See what they call another Raider throw in here.
So smart she did it again.
Jersey's going to play her college soccer next year at St. Mary's down in Winona, I believe. So she'll be continuing on in the college ranks playing D3. We're going to give another shout out for our second sponsor in just a second. We are so fortunate here in Hastings to have lots of people, lots of businesses here in town that sponsor HCTV and Raider Sports.
Let's hold a second here, see what happens here.
Yeah, there's a nice little breakaway here. She tries to cut it back, and Davey kind of controls it here. As I was saying, our second sponsor is Culver's of Hastings. From savory butter burgers to sweet scoops of frozen custard, we've got something handcrafted for everyone. You can visit us at our location next to Cub Foods in Hastings. Culver's always a good option.
In addition to being a sponsor here at HCTV, like you said, they sponsor a lot of youth activities, youth sports in town. You know, just about any night you go there, you can see a team or a club or a group doing some fundraising at Culver's, so we really appreciate their support.
Do a lot for our schools, that is for sure. Bryn Kelly on the ball, possessing well. The young sophomore, pretty slick on the ball. Plays it over to Jersey Appert. Jersey going to cut it across now. Swings it all the way across to Brox. Brox goes back to Graff. Bouncing ball. Let's see if Jersey can create some danger here. That'll be a Raider throw-in, I believe. Nope, they call it off of Jersey.
Deflection, maybe.
Got some space here. South St. Paul has some room to operate.
Nice pass to the outside there.
That's number 20, Katie Bakken.
Now, one thing you see, though, is you see the Raiders recover quick with that speed. Again, it's handy in these situations.
Katie Bakken had some room to operate. She had a lot of space with a nice pass that kind of gave her some speed that she could show off. Bakken back on the ball. Cleared out by the Raiders.
Nice play by Brox there. Again, get the ball out of bounds, let your defense reset.
Out of bounds, another Raider throw in here. You can see the young girls in pink. One of the cool traditions that we have here in Hastings is our HFC soccer players are always the ball girls and ball boys for the games. Kind of gives these young kids a chance to kind of dream, right? To play at Todd Field and to see some of their idols play in person.
That's good help for the team, right? They're doing enough running without chasing the ball.
And I can tell you from experience, having my own kids kind of do it, they look forward to it every single year.
Oh, it's a fun night.
Especially when the weather's like this, right?
That is also true. Weather plays such a big role, Minnesotans, right? Weather
Yeah.
plays a big role in how fun this is.
I think as a coach, you try to sign up early for those time slots. You don't want the October games. Jersey Appert plays it up to Olivia Erickson. Erickson plays it all the way over to Caitlin Wood. Goes out of bounds.
We get some of those primo Saturday slots right in the middle of the day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, the fall soccer season well underway for our youth sports teams as well. And the fall sports season well underway for all of our high school sports teams as well. Our football team's on a roll, 2-0. They got a big game tomorrow against Chaska. Chaska's coming to our house. Been fun to watch them so far. All right, back to the Raiders and another throw-in. Caitlin Wood on it. Tavia Graff making a chase here. See if she can do something with it. Might try to cut it back. Oops, she kind of runs out of room. Tell you what, Graff always a hard worker on the field. Not always the biggest, the strongest, but man, she works hard.
We can see a couple times here ended up on the ground, just not willing to give up that last touch, right?
Well, you know what? She drew a free kick, which led to a goal, which
Absolutely
was awesome. Ellie Magnus tries to swing it in. Just can't link up with Sienna.
Yeah, one of those players she'll make them put her in the ground to end the run.
Yes, for sure. Kind of a fun fact that I want to mention to our audience. We got this from Coach Tom Hart. Coach Tom Hart, his grandpa was Gordy Grossman.
Little throwback name there.
Yeah, so the Hastings varsity baseball field, Grossman Field, named after his grandfather. So Coach Hart, you can see him right there, has a connection to Hastings. Still Packer pride. I get it.
We'll allow it, I suppose.
Yeah, we asked for some fun facts. Coach Hart delivered. Well done. You would probably know better than I would, being a Hastings guy. I wonder if he's a Hastings alum.
I don't know. Grandparent, that could mean a lot of things,
could
right?
Be a lot of things. South St. Paul, not far from here.
Yep.
Like I said, you're a Hastings alum. I am not. So.
And grandparent on which side throws it off, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
a lot of familiar names. Bryn Kelly on the ball, plays it over to Brox. Brox tries to swing it across to Sanchez. Geeson on it now.
Maybe if Coach Hart has us in his ear, he'll cue us in later.
Yeah. Over to Jersey Appert. She's got a little bit of room. Back to Graff. Graff's going to try to swing it in. Let's see if she can do something with this. Out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Any of you South St. Paul fans know the answer to that? We'd love to know, because it's always kind of fun to have a Hastings connection.
Absolutely. Like you said, a lot of towns close here.
All right, looks like Ellie Levine's coming back in. You can see that heavily taped left thigh of hers. We talked about it, maybe that she might be a little injured. Normally a starter for them on that left side. They threw Tavia Graff in there. Kind of an unfamiliar position for her. She's played well there, I thought.
Absolutely.
Ellie Levine trying to get some action, maybe working out the kinks. Levine's very slick on that left side. She's fast and physical and has a rocket on the left leg.
Another player who's going to make you put her in the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the wrestler in there. She's got the Levine girls, all-state wrestlers.
Oh, quick, nice pass there, Always nice when they back us up right away, right?
Yeah, a lot of multi-sport athletes, as we talked about on this team. Across the board, most of these girls doing something in the winter or in the spring, or sometimes both. South St. Paul trying to clear it up. Dangerous ball. That's kind of a no man's land ball. See if Geeson can clear it.
And see good teamwork there between Mahoney and Geeson, just right shielding and play the ball.
Yep. There's Magnus on the ball now. Some fancy footwork by the outside midfielder here. Kelly going to swing it back to Magnus. If she's got some room, she's going to be dangerous. Graff on the ball. She's just going to let her run here.
I like that play. Let your offense get into a good set here.
Magnus trying to clear it up. A little flick on. Back to Graff. Ooh, dangerous ball across the middle. Never want to do that. Over to 7. Doesn't get much of a shot. That's Sarah Willie, the midfielder slash forward. They kind of play her as like an attacking mid. Cano all over it. Runs it out of bounds off Kelly.
Some substitution here again. Take a little break.
Yeah, you talked about some familiar names. There's a lot of generational kids, too, that are second, third generation players here. Talked about the Levine girls having both sisters on the field, Olivia and Ellie. Jersey Appert's mom played for the Raiders as well a long time ago. Bryn Kelly had a couple sisters that played as well. So Olivia Erickson had an older sister that played for him as well. A lot of their siblings or second generation players that are familiar with the Raiders.
Grace Brock's brother will be playing here in the next game.
That's a family sport, right?
Absolutely. And you know from your household, right? Like the younger kids see the older kids doing it. Looks like fun. They want to do it too. That's the way it should be.
Absolutely. South St. Paul trying to possess here. Haley Rohr on the ball again. Good battle there with Ellie Magnus. Possessed by Rohr. She's got some space to operate. South St. Paul really moving the ball well now.
McLaughlin there again.
McLaughlin, the goal
Good
scorer.
quick shot.
She's impressed early on, the young sophomore. Playing like a veteran, being in the right place at the right time. Not happy with herself on that kick, but boy, she's been dangerous every time the ball's been at her feet.
And that quick release is dangerous. Doesn't give the defense time to adjust and close those lanes.
Yeah, and if you're the Raiders, you want to close out this half with a positive. You don't want to give up a goal here. You give up a goal, that completely changes the dynamics of the game.
On the other hand, if you can get one here quick,
Yes.
right, it starts to feel like a kind of a landslide at that point.
Yes. Sienna Sanchez on the ball. Loses possession, goes over to Kelly. Kelly all the way over to Erickson. Erickson dishes it to Wood. Ellie Levine giving chase. Ooh, does she get possession? Yeah, nicely done by Ellie Levine. Just got that touch in there at the last second to get a throw-in for the Raiders. Big throw-in over to Olivia. Just can't get a touch. Kaylee Geeson dishing it off over to Kelly. Loses control here. It'll be a Packer throw-in. Out of bounds, it'll be a Raiders throw-in. Ellie Magnus is going to line up for it. She's got a monster throw-in here.
So
She's going
it's
to throw it right in the
danger
mix.
zone.
I've seen it happen a couple times in years past. They just line up Magnus on the outside, let her put it in a dangerous position and see what happens. We saw McVicker last year have a couple goals off that position. They knew it was coming. There's Magnus running the right side. Swings it in. Good ball. She's going to cut it back with the left foot. Swings it in with the right foot. That's a dangerous ball. It's a loose one. Might be a handball. They're going to call it. They don't call the handball. They're
Might have been central enough to be incidental.
I think it was. Let's see it again. Cuts it back. Swings it in with the right foot. Right here. But again, I think what you said, it was incidental. Hands were at the side really for the most part. Yeah. Looks like Ellie Levine's going to take it, line up with that left foot. She swings it in. Oh, just misses it. Tried to curl it in with that left foot. Dangerous ball.
Raiders showing some good spark here again.
Yeah, good to see Ellie out there trying to work out the kinks with that leg. Swings it in with that left foot. Just missed the mark, but you can see how dangerous that ball was.
Appert in the center there a little bit now.
I like her in that attacking mid position. She's done well there today. Just creating things, creating a little bit of space, still utilizing her speed. Appert really controlling the ball in the middle for the Raiders. Goes all the way over to bring Kelly. Kelly's going to cut it back. Back to Erickson. Ref says play on.
A little tangle there.
Yeah, I like it. Let him play. Caitlin Wood now, all the way over to Jersey Appert. Appert going to swing it over to Kelly. Raiders have some things to operate. Good shot. See if they can get there. Oh, bouncing ball just goes out of bounds. They had a chance there. Good shot by Bryn Kelly. Let's see it one more time. See, Kelly's got a little bit of room. Pulls the trigger. That was going in the bottom corner, that is for sure. Davey made a nice play on it. Lost control, but no Raider there to follow up.
So if I'm Coach Armstrong, that'd be the one thing I maybe talk about with the team at the half is follow those shots,
Yes.
right? The hard part is Raiders taking some beautiful shots. That was another one there.
Yeah.
Many of them go directly in, so it's tough to always be in that mindset, but
Yes,
that might be a thing as you progress through the season to keep working on.
Oh, what a great ball. Just can't finish. What a great ball by Ellie Levine, though. Tries to head it back in. Oh, what a great combination play. I wonder if we can replay that a little bit. We went from one header by Ellie Levine back into the middle to another header. Great combination soccer there by the Raiders. Let's see it one more time. Such a flurry of action as they swung it out wide. Sienna makes the turn, swings it out to Ellie. She sends a great ball back to Sienna. One times it. Davey in the right spot again. Here's where the header is. They just missed it. Ball swinging back in. Shot attempt there, but nothing doing. Caitlin Wood going to throw it in the mixer. Magnus tries to swing it back in with that header. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Raider corner kick. Let's see if they choose to go back to Levine or if they're going to swing it in with Ellie Magnus here. Looks like
They like to mix
Magnus
it back and forth here. Never get the same look twice. I like that.
Ellie Magnus is going to be behind the ball here. She's got a big leg as well. She's going to swing it in. Goes along with it. Oh, good header. See if they can finish it. Nice keeping by Brianna Davey. She has been
a tough ball to bring in.
She has been in the right spot at the right time, about 3 times in this half.
Yep. And think about that does for your team.
Yes. Swings it back in. One time, great header. And if she has any fumble on that, that's a goal.
Absolutely. So be able to track it back to the ground and rein that in is an important feature.
Yeah, she's played really, really well in this half, despite the score sheet giving up 3 goals. A couple of those weren't really her fault. Oh, great turn on the ball by Sienna. See if she decides to take it by herself. It's getting a little chippy out there. Yeah.
A little bit of a hand there.
Helps her up. It's good sportsmanship. It's the right thing to do. You can see that again. Both jockeying for the ball. Got a little shovey with the hands. And that's a class move, right? Both players going for it. Sienna just helps her back up. It's the right thing to do there. Jersey Apper on the ball. Hey, for people that are just tuning in, we're going to give you a quick replay of the goals. So stick around. I know it's going to be halftime right now, but stick around. We'll show you a replay of all the goals scored by both teams.
Some exciting action.
Oh, man. Talk about 4 goals in one half. It's been a great half for the Raiders as they lead 3-1 with a plethora of goals between various different people. We're going to see them all in just a second. Brianna Davey keeping the Packers in this game, though. With a 3-1 lead, this could have very easily been a 4-5-1 game. All right, so here's the first one. Magnus swings it across in that right flank, deflects off the defender, and an own goal. That gave him the early lead in about 3 minutes. About a minute after, it goes from Erickson to Sanchez. Boom, back of the net. It's 2-0 within the first couple minutes. And then they got a free kick on top of the box. Olivia Erickson lines up for it, curls it top of the net, and just like that, it's 3-0 within the first 5.5 minutes. Here's the goal by the Packers. Swung in all the way across to Addie McLaughlin, and the Packers are back in the game with that 3-1 score. What has stood out for you so far, Jeremy, in that first half?
Well, I think we talked about a lot in the beginning there. Just use your speed right away, kind of hit them in the mouth a little bit to start with, right? I think also with the Raiders switching positions, switching where players are playing, really makes it tough on an opposing defense because you can't settle in. Okay, I know this player's here. This is their tendency. It's harder to figure those things out when they're shifting around the field.
Yeah, I think the other thing too, like you said, the early lead, but also catching them flat-footed and going at them early. From talking to their coach, they've struggled a little bit playing behind. Packers are behind this one. We'll see what happens in the second half. We'll see what adjustments Coach Hart makes for the Packers and see if the Raiders continue their control and possession of the ball. We'll see in the second half.
At Hastings Community TV, we have been telling the story of Hastings since 1983. By supporting HCTV, you are supporting weekly live high school sports coverage, community events, original shows like Take a Hike Mike, Man on the Street, Aprons Optional, and Around the Mic. You are also contributing to coverage for school events, graduation, prom, school board meetings, and the student-run broadcast journalism course, The Echo.
HCTV is your one-stop shop for all things local government. This coverage includes city council and other local government meetings, forums, PSAs, local news packages, and so much more.
HCTV also provides virtual alternatives to in-person viewing for notable events around Hastings. We make all of our content viewable to everyone by putting it on TV, YouTube, Facebook, and our website for on-demand viewing.
With more and more people cutting cable each year, a major source of our funding is continuing to decline. Your support is vital to keeping our small nonprofit sustainable. If you would like to give a donation, you can go to hastingstv.org/donate. To learn about our sponsorship program, where your business will be recognized in our programming, check out hastingstv.org/sponsors.
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal! Oh, what a shot, scores!
The Raiders, can they get the lick? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play. It's moving. It is over.
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
Gone. Touchdown Raiders!
But here is the difference for the class of 1990.
We went from Mile High Eagles to Alan Peck.
I know you're all excited about Y2K. You could lose power or party like it's 1999.
Hastings High School has been graduating seniors since the first commencement of the 87. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go Raiders!
Funding for community TV is in rapid decline, and HCTV will not survive without your help. Let your local representatives know that you support community TV. To learn more, visit savecommunitytv.com.
school opportunity and get paid to do it instead of paying to do it.
All right, welcome back to Todd Field at McNamara Stadium, where your Hastings Raiders have a 3-1 lead as they open up the second half against the South St. Paul Packers. It's been a dominant first half, at least for the first half of the first half. And then things changed a little bit. The first 5 minutes of the game, it looked like this game was going to be a runaway. And all of a sudden, South St. Paul started to string passes together, started to get some runs at goal, and they got that first goal, and things have changed.
And that's a sign of a good team too, right? Being able to adjust, right? If maybe you weren't quite ready for what the Raiders were throwing at you to begin with, the Packers adjusting there and settling in.
Yep, and to their credit, they could have packed it all in and said this game's over. They've been on the attack. They adjusted a little bit. I think they switched formations, threw more bodies up, and you can see they were stringing things together. On the flip side of that, the Raiders, for the most part, have been able to control the ball in the midfield, I think, better than expected. I think that's where they thought they had to control the game. In the second part of the first half, they definitely were stringing passes together in the midfield. They just weren't getting as quality of attacks.
You also know you don't have that burning need to score a goal immediately. Changes your mindset.
And Brianna Davey has been lights out at goalie. She has played phenomenal. She's probably saved 3 or 4 point-blank shots that have been right at her. She's been in the right place at the right time.
I'd say at least 3 that were very, very much going in.
Yes. Yep. 2 shots by Sienna Sanchez as well that were literally point-blank that she was in the right spot for. Raiders going to look to possess here. Like you said, there's no urgency to necessarily score, just to possess, control the game, make smart decisions. You can see Jersey Apper tries to play it up to Ellie Magnus, just runs out of bounds. Raiders going to start with pretty much the same starting lineup. Looks like Tavia Graff's going to start again on that left side mid. They're going to run Ellie Magnus on the right outside mid. They got Jersey Apper as more of an attacking mid, with Bryn Kelly kind of a central midfielder. They're playing Olivia Erickson a little bit higher than she normally plays. She's done well in that position.
And I think it's a good spot for her. Let her run the field as much as possible. We talked about her speed and also her experience on the field. Might as well have her involved in as many plays as possible.
Good touch there by Lila, wanting to get that ball out of danger. That's never an easy ball, bouncing ball in the middle. She just kind of cleared it out over the streaking forward and got it out of there. They're going to call a push on Jersey Apper. Hands kind of came up. See it again. She just kind of dives in here. Anytime that arm kind of raises up, they're going to probably call you that on that 9 times out of 10. So from the 30-yard mark, looks like number 4, Esperanza Nelson, will line up for this long kick. We've seen her a couple times. Hastings going to try to hold the line as much as they can here. Good ball by Nelson. That's a dangerous ball, but Cano all over.
Nice cleanup there.
Raiders stepped in front of that ball and made sure that nothing bad happened.
It's going to run out here.
Beautiful night for soccer at Todd Field. You can see a lot of people here watching the game, both parents and fans alike. It is youth night for our girls HFC soccer players, so you see a lot of young girls running around, having fun on the sidelines. That's what it's all about, watching some of these girls that they dream to be like someday.
What a great place to come learn some soccer. Watch a couple great teams play here tonight.
Yep. Hastings on the ball here. Olivia Erickson's going to cut it back to Bryn Kelly. Nice turn on the ball. All the way up to Jersey Appert. Swings it all the way across to Ava Santa Maria. Good first touch by Ava. She cuts it back.
It's a nice turn there.
Over to Kaylee Geeson. Geeson tries to swing it up to Tavia Graff. Graff over to Erickson.
Nice settle there, too. Again, another ball moving around.
Caitlin Wood, nice little possession, swings it up to Bryn Kelly. She tries to cut it back. Well defended by number 12, Avery Quillhog. Excuse me. We're doing our best with these unfamiliar names. So St. Paul on the ball now. Ellie Magnus has a little room to operate. She is fast in that open field. You don't want her running at people. Cuts it back to Jersey Appert. Appert going to swing it across. Sienna wants the ball. See if she gets it.
Got Graff open on the outside, too. Just nice spacing by the Raiders.
Runs through. It's going to be a South St. Paul throw. Early thoughts in this first half, in the first 4 or 5 minutes. No urgency. Possess the ball. Make smart decisions with it. Nothing dangerous. Like that right there.
Yep.
Be smart on the ball. Don't risk it. And with a 2-goal lead, sometimes a 2-goal lead can be the most dangerous lead in soccer. Because you play like you are up by more than that, and all of a sudden things open up.
And all of a sudden 1 goal makes it pretty close.
Yes. We did talk about the importance of this game for people that are just tuning in for the second half. This is a section game along with a conference game. This is the first year that our girls soccer team has been dropped down to Section 3 AA. Years past, we've been in 3 AAA, but they dropped us down a class this past year, and really helps our cause in a sense. Instead of taking on the Eastviews and the Rosemonts and the bigger schools, we got teams that are a little bit more closer to our size. We're one of the bigger schools in 3 AA instead of being the smallest school in AAA.
And by no means cakewalk. These are very good teams. But like you said, they're comparable in size, so you feel like you're going in going, okay, we have a reasonable expectation of success here.
Good ball by South St. Paul. Caitlin Wood wisely just kicks it out. Yeah, to your point, I mean, you have section opponents, like we talked about, Holy Angels, Cretan Durham Hall, South St. Paul. Those are tough teams, all of whom are state ranked.
Absolutely. So it's not like you're moving down far enough where you're like, oh, no, it's going to be a walkthrough for us. But just it's nice to have comparable competition.
Good ball there by Ellie Magnus. Sienna Sanchez has some space. She's going to run at the defender. Oh, she's got a breakaway. See if she can bury this. Oh, great save by Davy yet again.
Save.
See if she can finish. Another save by Davy. Wow.
Sienna doesn't see that very often around here.
She tried left foot. She tried right foot. Davy in the right spot. She got in front of that defender. She's just been in the right place so many times tonight. Let's see this again. She's got that breakaway, cuts in front of the defender. She's got that left foot opening, tries to hit it off. Davy, again, another shot. Davy just in the right spot. You can see Sienna just frustrated, can't finish on her. She's had 1 finish early on in this game, and since then, Davy has been stalwart back on goal.
Not an easy thing to do.
No. Yeah, Coach Tom Hart did say that she's one of their standout players, and you can see it. She's made some really nice saves. You can see the difference right now on our score clock, which you can't really see from here, but 18 shots on goal for the Raiders to 4 for South St. Paul. So it's been all Raiders for most of this game, but the Packers hanging tough despite the shot attempts. Ball goes out to the Raiders. Ava Santa Maria behind it here. Good first touch there by Sienna Sanchez as she plays it all the way over to Olivia Levine. Jersey Appert's going to fire away. Davy all over that, though.
I have a feeling Sienna's going to find it.
Think
at least
so?
One more. I'm not one to bet against her.
Yeah.
She's pretty persistent.
Yes. Not only that, but I think you have that many scoring opportunities. One's going to find the back of the net, you'd think, right?
Oh, I think so.
And she's been on a hot streak, too, of scoring.
Yeah.
According to Coach Armstrong, without counting the Two Rivers game, which we don't have the official results in terms of individual scorers, she's got 15 goals total on the season, which is an astounding mark considering they've played a total of 8 games.
And I think, if I heard right, 12 maybe last week?
Yes.
It was just a flurry of improbable level of scoring.
Almost averaging 2 goals a game, which is crazy at this level of soccer. Oh, good turn there by Sienna. Talked about it in the first half, but Sienna Sanchez, the recent Division I recruit and commit, she just signed to the University of Colorado. She's going to be a Buffalo. Talking to her dad at the game last week, he said, that the facilities out there were unbelievable.
Oh. Yeah, so I'm wearing that shiny hat he had picked up there when they're out there. It's a good look for him.
Yeah, Sienna, one of the bright stars in the state of Minnesota. Plays for the top club team in the state, Minnesota Thunder Academy. And more important than all that, 4.0 GPA. Awesome student athlete.
We see that a lot. We have a number of athletes in town the last number of years here. Really focusing on that student athlete part. Both of us being teachers obviously can appreciate that. That obviously should come first, and for these guys it does.
Yeah, well defended there by Kaylee Geeson to cover that through ball. And across the board, there's a lot of good students on this team. Always easy when they're coachable kids that work hard.
Absolutely, and that travels through.
Yeah. Uh-oh, dangerous look here for South St. Paul. Goes across the bar here, back to number 2. Oh, and they score. Just like that, Sophie Hart puts them back in the game. It's now 3-2. That was Avery Quillhog off the crossbar, deflected to number 2. Sophie Hart puts it in the back of the net. So we talked about it. Been all Raiders in terms of shots. See the shot by Quillhog to Hart. Hart gets some space, taps it in the back of the net. Now it's 3-2.
Efforts.
Yep. Raiders been dominating this game with shots on goal, but haven't found the back of the net. South St. Paul been hanging tough, and just like that, it's a 1-goal game. 10 minutes into the second half.
See, right away, kind of going back to some things that worked in the beginning there. Try a quick long ball, see if you can catch them off guard. Smart play.
Yeah, their success has really happened for South St. Paul on that left side. That's number 12. Quillhog has been the one that has been causing fits for us.
Yep.
She's been able to go at her defenders. She's strong, fast, and she's been able to get behind her defense a couple times and create some opportunities for the Packers. They go out wide to Graf here. Graf going to swing it in. Dangerous ball. Nobody there for the Raiders, though, as South St. Paul just clears it upwards. Caitlin Wood on the ball now. Plays it up to Erickson. Erickson clears it up with that left foot. Good ball, though, all the way to Tavia. Tavia going to swing it in left-footed. Up to Sienna. Goes out of bounds for the Raiders. Santa Maria behind it. You're going to see this one more time. It goes off the crossbar. Knoll trying to recover here. Tries to stay wide, but Hart in the right place, right time. Puts it in the back of the net. Goes 3-2. Another nice swing in. Ellie Magnus behind it. Erickson now on the ball. Tries to swing it in. Brianna Davey all over it. Looks like the sun has shifted a little bit. It's now in Davey's eyes. Might make things a little bit more difficult, although she's been up to the test so far this second half.
And we'll see how that changes as the sun adjusts here, as the starts dropping in the sky a little.
Always an interesting thing at the 5 o'clock game. You never know what you're going to get with the sun. Oh, they're going to swing it back wide again on that left side. That's number 24, Emma Tayton, swinging across. That's a good ball. Wow, they're making things happen on that left side. Grace Knoll luckily in the right place at the right time here. You can see Tayton again swinging in with that left foot. Dangerous ball. Almost got it to number 7. 7 being Sarah Willie, their senior captain. Packers hanging in there. They're battling tough. See if the Raiders try to get some fresh legs, different look here. Ellie Levine's going to come back into that left side mid, give Graf a chance to breathe. Raiders need a spark right now. Obviously, you're content any way you can get a win in this game, but you like to finish strong and put some more in the back of the net. The importance of this game is huge. Not only does it help your chances for section seeding, but it also improves your overall QRF, which, as we know, does play a factor into seeding for sections. For people that don't know, the QRF is kind of an accumulation of results from the year. Wow, they're going to call. So it was a delayed call. Okay.
Okay.
So wasn't sure on that one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either.
You can see the initial foul. Let's see if they call it. Right there.
Right there, yep.
And then they had him play on, and then they called the foul later on.
Once that advantage is lost, right?
Yes. So number 11's behind the ball. That's Haley Rohr. Looks like she's going to crack it. Let's see, left-footed, looks like.
Always a different look here.
Yeah. Tries to go high. Ooh, just over that crossbar. Haley Rohr pretty dynamic with the ball at her feet. We've seen her a couple times, has some good looks. Here's Rohr one more time, swings in with that left foot, tries to chip Grace Knoll. Just high. Thank goodness for the Raiders. Resets and brings it back in the game here. Olivia Erickson uses her body well. She's got some opportunities. Ellie Levine's chasing on that left-hand side. She's got a little bit of room. Number 4's chasing, though.
It's a good ball in there.
Sienna on it, clears it up to Olivia Erickson, plays a quick ball to Jersey. They're going to play on, no handball. It did come up to the hand, but maybe they said it wasn't intentional. Ellie Magnus swings it in. Just can't connect with her forwards. Ellie Levine chasing.
Good pursuit there by Levine.
Yeah, that's good effort right there. Tracing that ball back. I think that's important. Not always going forward, but chasing that ball and clearing that out. Santa Maria up to Sienna. Sienna's got an opportunity to turn. Looks it up to Jersey. Jersey plays it all the way over. Tries to play a through ball from Ellie Magnus. Got to look there for Olivia Levine. She just goes high with it. Field goal kick was good.
See a little spark here again. Hopefully we can turn this into something.
Good combination passing by the Raiders, playing quicker. And we're going to give a shout out to our sponsor while we got a little break in the action. Talk about Culver's, one of our big sponsors here in Hastings. From savory butter burgers to sweet scoops of frozen custard, we've got something handcrafted for everyone. You can visit us at our location next to Cub Foods in Hastings. Stop on by to Culver's after the game. Celebrate hopefully some Raider victories. South St. Paul clears it back in.
Good positioning by Erickson there.
Erickson's
forcing the turnover.
All over the field. Goes up to Sienna Sanchez. She cuts it back. Good defending by the Packers. They got some space to move here, too.
Packers working the gap there a little bit as the Raiders are pushed up.
It's 22 swinging the ball in here. That's Alice Siekmeyer. Out of bounds. It'll be a Raider throw-in. Be a substitute here for the Raiders. They're going to give Appert just a quick breather with Bryn Kelly coming back on. Kelly a different look for the Raiders. Appert's more of a speed demon. Kelly's more of a possession player who sees the field really well. Talked about how Coach Armstrong is willing to change and try different things throughout the game. Good defense, though. Again, we talked about Erickson just does all those small things right there. A little toe poke, get that ball out of possession.
It also works well because then Levine is in the right spot to back her up, right?
Yes.
So that's that teamwork, again, being familiar with each other. It goes a long ways.
Olivia Levine giving chase. That's number 3. Now we play it back to our defense. It's a dangerous ball. Raiders got to be careful here. Ava Santamaria giving chase. Tries to clear it up to Ellie Levine. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a Packer throw-in. So we're 15 minutes into the second half. South St. Paul getting this goal to close the gap to 3-2. Oh, it's a dangerous one. We've talked about that a couple times. You gotta keep those balls out of the middle. Levine giving chase. Tries to play it up to Erickson. Kelly giving chase and leaves it outside of the foot here. Levine's got some room to operate. Tries to play it up to her sister. Not there, though. You hear the Levine girls' names a lot. Ellie has the blonde hair. Olivia has the dark hair on the ball right now. Ellie is senior. Olivia a junior. Both of them wrestlers on the varsity girls wrestling team. Both of them state qualifiers last year as well.
That's a big deal. That's a tough team as well.
Yes, one of the top wrestling programs in the state, our girls team. Goes up to Sienna Sanchez, see if she can operate here. Tries to cut it back. She's got some options. Swings it into Olivia Levine. Oh, and good save by Davy yet again.
Man, that's a highlight reel night for Davy.
We're now up to 21 shots on goal for the Raiders. What a great run by Sienna to cut it back. Find Olivia Levine. I couldn't even see that she was open. Somehow she found her. It almost put her on the top of the net. Davy just in the right place yet again. Just has a good feel for that position.
It was sun in the eyes again, right? We're seeing her kind of shielded with her hand a little bit here.
Geeson giving chase here. Just going to play it out of bounds. It's a smart play.
We've said a number of times tonight too, right? Just play smart, get the ball out, reset.
Geeson, a multi-sport athlete as well. She's on the basketball team.
Track as well, I believe.
Track as well, yep. 3-sport athlete for the Raiders. See their drop in Sienna back here in the midfield a little bit, get this ball back in possession. Putting Ruby Bauer back up at forward. Just trying some different looks here. Good ball there by the Packers. This is a dangerous one. Wisely cleared by Olivia Erickson. Olivia Levine giving chase here, battling for that ball. Good defense by Ava Santamaria to get that ball out of harm.
Just smart positioning again.
Yeah, I mean, the Hastings defenders aren't the biggest in the world. You know, you got Caitlin Wood and Ava Santamaria, but what they do well is they use their body extremely well. Good ball there by Olivia Levine. And Bryn Kelly's got some options here. She can choose to go left or right. She's going to use the speedy Ellie Levine, see if she can save this ball. Just a little too far. Yeah, and again, the Raiders talked about how they can vary their formations. They give you different looks on defense, too. Sometimes they'll go with kind of a speedier, smaller player. Sometimes they'll go with more of a bigger, faster player like a Grace Brox. So they kind of switch things up a little bit, give you a different look. We've seen them slide Caitlin Wood up.
Yep.
Make runs up at that left side mid, just giving South St. Paul different looks on the field so that they don't know who to guard. Ball still in play.
Have a funny bounce there. Everybody trying to track it back down.
Levine to Levine here as Bryn Kelly now has the ball at her feet. Just a little long with her first touch.
Good pressure on the back end there to kind of get this ball back.
Good defending there by Ava Santamaria. That's just gritty, tough work.
Yeah, it is. That is again, as a coach, man, you see a player step in and deliver something like that. That's a big play.
Yeah. Ava, a really smart player and a good student as well. She's a kid that's super coachable. Olivia Levine on the ball here. See if she can do something with this. Well defended by South St. Paul, but it's going to drop right to her sister's feet. See if Ellie can swing this in. Cuts it back, tries to turn on it. Again, good defending by South St. Paul. We've seen a lot of good defense by both teams.
The turn there is a big deal.
You can see here Coach Armstrong trying to ask for a swing of the ball. Dangerous ball. Got to get that out of there.
Probably Packers heard that swing call too, right?
Yes.
Like, you got to be careful.
Yes, for sure. Well defended, though, too. I mean, they saw that gap. They knew they were going to swing it over, and they were in the right place.
Absolutely.
Well-coached team, the South St. Paul Packers. Currently ranked honorable mention in the coaches poll. The Raiders are not ranked. A win beating South St. Paul might help their cause.
Should change that, right? Like you'd think, the head-to-head win.
Yeah, and not that rankings are the end-all, be-all. But
that's all we have.
Notching a win, right? Notching a win against a state quality team like South St. Paul would really help their cause. And we talked about it before. Both teams played really tough schedules. Not only in our conference, Hill Murray is the #1 ranked team in the state right now, according to the coaches poll.
Wow.
Matamidi is ranked #4, and that's just in our conference, right? And then having a plethora of other section teams as well. It's a gauntlet of a schedule. And the Raiders' non-conference opponents equally as tough.
And some of that's on purpose, right? Like, two ways you can look at that. You play too soft of a schedule early on, those non-conference, then all of a sudden you start to play some tougher teams. You're not ready for it.
Well, and you're battle tested, right? It makes our section opponents not seem as good when you're playing the Edinas and the Minnetonkas and the Rosemonts.
And you can get away with that too a little bit if you have an experienced older team where maybe a loss here against a really good team isn't going to mentally affect them as negatively as it may with a younger team.
And it was funny because I went to the Farmington game here about a week and a half ago. AAA team, middle of the pack in their conference, maybe bottom, tied them 0-0. But it's like one of those where you're like playing a good quality AAA program where they have Division I caliber players, and they had 2 of them on their team that were high quality players. It makes a huge difference.
Oh, for sure.
It builds confidence.
What you see in those games it pales in comparison.
Yes, for sure. Great turnout by our fans. You can see a lot of them on the backside of the net here, but also for our fans that are tuning in from Town Square Television. South St. Paul Packer fans probably tuning in if they're not here tonight. Probably tuning in. They always support a lot of sports here in Hastings because we kind of partner up with them in HCTV. Dangerous ball there. Falls at the feet of number 22. That's Alice Siekmeyer. Heard her name called a couple times. The ball has fell at her feet. See it one more time. Kind of a ball that gets dragged over to her on that side. Goes left foot with it. Just didn't have enough behind it. There's Olivia Erickson on the ball. Tries to play it over to Ellie Levine. Can't link up though. Kaylee Geeson giving chase. Wisely just plays it out with that left foot. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we're going to have a 7 o'clock game between the South St. Paul Packers and the Hastings Raiders. So it's a doubleheader of soccer action here tonight at Todd Field. So if you're a fan just watching this game leisurely, come on down and watch the boys play. Kind of a tale of 2 games a little bit. Our boys' game is not going to be in a section opponent because the boys are a AAA team, our Raiders are, versus South St. Paul, who's a AA team. The South St. Paul boys have been struggling a little bit more, and the Raider boys have been struggling a little bit more. So it's been kind of funny. The girls' teams have been finding more success than the boys this year.
And that just runs in cycles, right?
Yeah. It's just kind of funny how the parallels kind of reflect each other. Yeah. Just worked out well, I think, in today's games. Davey behind another ball, just kind of punts it out of bounds. We're going to get another sub for the Raiders. Looks like Claire Montgomery is going to get a look back at left side defense. Get some fresh legs out there.
Sanchez dropping back also.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to drop Grace Brock. So Brox is playing up a little bit higher. They're going to drop her back to her preferred defender position. That's where she normally plays. Just over 15 minutes left in this game. Now it's funny that you see a player like Sienna Sanchez play in that position. Normally she's the top goal scorer for the Raiders, but this is her comfortable position. She actually, for her club team, plays that central defender position. She's comfortable in either. I mean, she's that versatile of a player, but she's a natural in that position. And honestly, in college, she'll probably play that position more so than forward or midfield.
And this might be, guessing here. Coach Armstrong looking at this and going, okay, we have 15 minutes left in this game. Let's
lock this down.
Let's make sure we are doing whatever we can to keep the back end as protected as we can.
Yeah, and that's a smart play, right? You don't really need a goal. It's been a lot of shots on goal for the Raiders, and you've been able to do it necessarily without Sienna. So drop her back to defense where she's strong.
Yep.
Save that last goal. You don't necessarily need another one. Another one would be nice, obviously, but
never have too many.
Yeah, I love the coaching tactics by Coach Armstrong. With that, too, you can see Coach Hart giving instructions to his players. Maybe he's talking about changing his own tactics, knowing that they absolutely need this game. This is a big one for them. Olivia Erickson has some room here. See what she chooses to do. She's got Graf on that left side. Graf going to maybe try to take her on one-on-one, cuts it back, swings it across. Brock's trying to get there. She's got to hustle to make up some ground. Erickson bails her out. Again, we talked about it. Erickson does all those key things in this game.
It's an experience coming home again.
Graf on the ball, tries to clear it up to Ruby Bauer. Bauer trying to possess. She's got some room to Claire Montgomery if she can get it to her. Montgomery chasing.
Montgomery making a good run there. I mean, we saw the linesman just making sure she's on, and great run by Montgomery.
And Montgomery's a smart player too. Smart kid as well. Like we talked about, a lot of good student athletes. Claire Montgomery is one of those kids. As a teacher of some of these kids in class, I can tell you, top-notch kids.
And like you said before, too, it makes it easier for a coach if you can explain things and kids are willing to work hard to learn the sport academically as well as physically.
Yes. Olivia Levine coming back on. Again, you're going to hear that Levine name a lot. Ellie's still off, but Olivia on. Swings it back out. I believe that's Caitlin Wood. Wood playing up a little bit higher here than she normally does. We've seen her streak up to that right midfielder role, but she normally plays back on defense.
She might even just be pushed up a little bit right now. You see her dropping back now as the Packers make a push here.
Caitlin Wood giving chase as the Packers trying to hunt this ball down. Goes out of bounds, trying to reset here. Reset by the Packers.
Raiders trying to use the clock as their friend right now, right?
Again, Caitlin Wood just wisely plays us out. Don't lose possession. Hard to tell who's behind that ball here, but they're going to reset and try to get this ball back in. Where South St. Paul has been successful tonight is playing that ball in the middle with dangerous balls. A couple bouncing balls, a couple balls that have deflected off people, ended up at their feet. And that's where they've been really successful. Jersey Appert on the ball, see if she can possess. South St. Paul comes away with it. Up to Kilhog.
Raiders doing a good job swarming there a little bit, just preventing those clean runs.
Lacey Crone clears it up. Sophie Hart, the goal scorer, runs it out of bounds. It'll be a Raider kick here. So just a shade over 10 minutes left in this game. Let's see if they continue to put Sienna at that central defender position where she's found a lot of success and has locked things down so far.
My guess for Coach Armstrong is if the score stays the way it is, you're leaving it right there.
I would think so. Especially since Olivia Erickson's been able to plug up that middle so well. You don't necessarily need her to play up higher. You got Erickson there. Jersey Appert's been pretty successful in that central mid position too. Ruby Bauer on the ball. See if she can possess. Loses it here. Grace Brock's on the defense there. Just bodies her, puts it out of bounds. Reset for South St. Paul here as Brox is on the ball.
The Packers trying to push the pace here, which is smart, right? Trying to get that goal back here.
Jersey Apper chasing here. Back to Sienna. Always poised on the ball and has no sense of urgency. The first touch that Sienna Sanchez has, though, is just a thing of beauty. I mean, she gets that ball and she never is frazzled at all.
And it sets everything else up for her,
Yeah.
right? Because you get that next touch, then it's just ready to go.
They're going to call a foul on Claire Montgomery here. She just kind of ran into her, kind of bodied her. Hands came up. You can see it right there. Runs out of bounds. That's a clear foul.
Yep. Nothing malicious, just a collision.
Yeah, quick change of body position and just kind of an awkward position overall. All right, 11 minutes left in this game. Clock ticking away. Raiders holding firm with that 1-goal lead, but South St. Paul's been dangerous despite the shot differential. Jersey Apper trying to cut it back. She's got a little bit of room. Let's see what she does with this.
Get a second attempt at it here.
Tries to swing it across to Claire Montgomery. Montgomery on the ball now. We'll cut
Nice
it all the
pass
way back. Smart. Over to Caitlin Wood. Wood back to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Levine. Montgomery battling hard here. A lot of these girls, local products who have played for HFC for a long time. Claire being one of them, Olivia being another one. Nice shot. Oh, what a beautiful finish by Olivia Erickson. That was a thing of beauty.
Man, and Davey making the right move there. That ball was coming with a lot of speed.
Oh, what a rocket by Erickson. That's her second of the night. She is having an amazing game, just possessing that ball. 2 different finishes that have been clutch. Let's see if we can get another look at this. Bounces out to Erickson. One time, bam, back of the net. And just like that, that might seal the deal for the Raiders with a 2-goal lead with 10 minutes left.
And I think you'll see the Raiders kind of pack it back even a little bit more now, right?
Yeah, with a 2-goal lead like that, you feel pretty darn good. You've controlled possession. The shots on goal have been more so in the Raiders' favor. Erickson kind of throwing the dagger in there with that one-time shot. Kind of came out of nowhere, too, because she was at about the 20-22-yard mark and just fired away.
And that's that dangerous range where maybe the keeper's not got a lot more ground to cover.
Now it looks like they pulled Sienna off the field. Don't see her on there, so it looks like they're giving her a quick breather. Maybe with a 2-goal lead, they feel pretty comfortable about this. But just like that, it's a South St. Paul corner kick. And they've had a couple good looks in these dangerous positions. South St. Paul, a scrappy team. They're going to swing it in. A good ball across the middle. Grace Canole just tries to punch it out. They're going to get it back to her, swing it back in again, but out of bounds. It's like Tavia Graff's going to come back on, give someone a breather. It's like that's Ellie Magnus. Save her legs. She's had to work hard on that right side tonight. All right, we're going to give our second sponsor of the night, our Spool House sponsor. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs. Visit the Spool House at thespoolhouse.com/sewing.html. Spool House does a lot for Hastings.
Sanchez not off the field. Sanchez moving up the field.
They just moved her back up. It's so hard to tell because Coach Armstrong makes those calls so quick that you can kind of lose them from one side of the field to the next. No mistake in that number 7, though. We'll say it one more time. We really appreciate the sponsorships that we have here for HCTV. We always think it's important that we always give a shout out to Hastings Community Television. Let's help save community TV, guys. With more and more people cutting cable each day, funding for community TV stations is in rapid decline. So to help us keep these games on the air, we need your support. To learn more about how you can get involved, head on savecommunitytv.com for more information, or consider leaving a donation on hastingstv.org/donate.
And if you're not a cable subscriber, I'm not in our house, but the ability to be able to stream the HCTV events, games, but the HCTV will show up for prom and other events, and man, is it a again, a great thing for our community.
Graduation, right? I mean, there's so many things that they do. I know last year we don't have cable TV either, but they have a Venmo option, and we always try to give a little bit because it really does kind of help a cause that is valuable for our community, and frankly, we use it a lot.
Yeah. And I know last year, they on the boys' side, they stepped up and were able to cover the section game and just get that experience and that viewership out to a wider group of people is a pretty cool thing for our community.
And as we mentioned as well, Town Square TV tuning in tonight, and they work together to stream a lot of these South St. Paul and Simley games, even Two Rivers. They kind of work together, and having that partnership, I think, goes a long way so that we can provide local sports for various different populations. St. Thomas as well, they provide sports as well, especially on our boys' side when we play them. So Town Square TV, we work well with them, and we have a good partnership. Back in the action here in the last 6 minutes of play. Ellie Levine linking up to Sienna Sanchez. Great one-time pass. Levine giving it a good chase. Looks like they're going to save it as they swing it back in. It's going to drop to, it looks like Olivia Erickson. She's on to Bryn Kelly. Kelly wants it on that preferred right foot. Just cuts it back a little bit too much, and South St. Paul is on the ball.
You see the Raiders drop back quick here, right? Dropping 5 back on 2 here just to kind of hopefully stall whatever South St. Paul is trying here.
Save possession. Looks like Sienna is pretty content just playing it over, killing some time a little bit long on the pass, but hopefully no harm done.
Step by Mahoney there, just end it and take another run here.
Santa Maria's timing her defensive runs really well. She's done a really good job tonight, stepping at the right time, sliding at the right time, working with her central defenders.
Almost letting a player feel comfortable and then step into their space.
Yep, Santa Maria's done a really nice job, kind of an unsung hero tonight, along with their defense in general. It's been well organized. 5-minute mark down in this game. Raiders clinging to a 2-goal lead. They're going to call that an illegal throw-in. Did not go behind the head on that one. It'll be a Raider throw-in. Ball has to go behind the head. Ellie Levine behind it.
And as you know, to every referee, they're
going to call her an illegal throw-in. She's looking at what's going on.
Maybe a foot there, because the ball went back, but I couldn't see her feet with the stands in the way here.
Yeah, I think she lifted a leg. Feet have to remain on the ground. You can drag a toe, but feet have to remain on the ground. Sienna Sanchez on the ball now. Plays it over to Bryn Kelly. Kelly's got some room to operate, and she can swing it all the way to the right. She's going to do that, but intercepted by South St. Paul. A little back heel pass. Back to Haley Rohr as they clear it up to Tavia Graff. Graff's going to play it over to Jersey Apper. Apper content just swinging it back to Graff, not really necessarily playing it forward. Oh, picks her pocket. Apper behind the ball, tries to go big shot from way out, but Davey all over that one.
Got to keep her save count up.
Yeah, for sure. We can see the shot total right now at the 4-minute mark. 23 shots to 7. Despite being only a 2-goal lead, it's been all Raiders in terms of shot totals and possession. I know some coaches keep track of possession. I would guess it'd probably be close to like a 70-30 possession game for the Raiders.
It's going to be close. Packers had some good runs here and there, but it's mostly been the Raiders' favor there.
Yeah, they're going to call on that. Hands came up again. It'll be a Packer kick from the center of the Raider logo there.
Usually not too dangerous from this range, but it's your secondary ball here you worry about.
Yeah. Sanchez on the ball here. She's going to swing it out wide. Good first touch over to Ellie Levine. Let's see what Levine does. Swings it back across. Just missing the link up with Sanchez. Levine on it still. Cuts it back. Tries to play it middle, but no one there. Santa Maria lets it run. We're at the 3-minute mark now. Reminder for our fans again, the 7 o'clock game will be the Raiders and Packers round 2. Will be the boys going at it. The Raiders boys team much younger than our girls team, very young. Our girls team has a lot of juniors and seniors. Our boys team relatively young, lots of sophomores on that team.
That happens to be a lot of seniors last year on the boys side, and like we talked about before, the runs and cycles obviously. After this year, the girls will be in a similar spot with a lot of seniors moving on. And
Yep. Grace Cano all over that ball. Not in a real dangerous position whatsoever.
Oh, man, smash.
Boy, a lot of unsung heroes in this game tonight. I know the scoreline has been 4 goals for the Raiders, but a lot of girls doing kind of the dirty work to make this game happen. Obviously, Olivia Erickson has 2 goals, but again, we talked about it. She's been all over the field tonight. We've called her name a lot. Ellie Magnus has made some nice runs on that right side. She's created a couple goals, including the first one. Tavia Graff's done a really good job on that left side, bringing the energy, creating opportunities there.
And the rotation of players in the back line,
yes,
right? Like the goals that the Packers have gotten have been those quick bang plays that are really hard to defend. And otherwise, the back line for the Raiders has really sealed off most of the attempts, like we just had there.
Yeah, Lila Mahoney just been rock solid back there. Her and Kaylee Geeson really work well together, and that's what you get when you get 2 seniors that are linking up in the center as defenders. Mahoney, kind of a newer defender this year, typically, playing more of an offensive position, but she's stepped up for the team this year and has really done some great things. And a lot of these girls have played club soccer together for a long time.
And we talked about before the broadcast and during it, it's so important to build that commonality as a team.
Yeah, they're going to call that. Looks like they're going to call it on Graff, and she got a little out of control with
that second reach a little bit.
Yeah. Just under a minute here, 45 seconds. For the Packers to try to equalize and close this gap to get down to a 1-goal lead. Tries a shot from way out. Grace Cano all over it.
And you're South St. Paul's in the time frame where they have to try that, right?
Yeah. Cano going to take her time here. No rush with 30 seconds left. After chasing well, nice turn on the ball. Plays it out wide, might be a little long, and it does go out of bounds. So stick around after the game ends in about 15 seconds. We'll recap some of the goals in the second half, including that one-time banger by Olivia Erickson. We'll give you our final thoughts on the game as well.
5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, and a big win for the Raiders as they close out this game with a 4-2 victory over the South St. Paul Packers, a clutch section game that they had to have.
We'll see what those rankings look like after tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Beating a state-ranked opponent who's currently ranked honorable mention. Big win for the Raiders.
Absolutely.
And as you look towards their schedule, they still have some big conference opponents with Hill Murray coming up, Matamidi coming up, along with Edina and Minnetonka as non-conference opponents. Coach Armstrong has got to be happy the way they've been playing.
Well, just like we talked about, seeing the rotation and the depth of the team there, being able to sub players in different spots is a huge victory.
So here's that South St. Paul goal off the crossbar. That's Hart. Taps it in the back of the net to close it to 3-2. And then here's the dagger. Erickson, one time, bam, back of the net. Hit that and sealed the deal. You can see how pumped Tavia Graff was after she hit that. They knew that game was pretty much done at the 10-minute mark. A big win for the Raiders to close out this game. They got to be feeling good about where they're at. And I know it's early in the conference play, but they're 2-0-1 right now. They got 2 of the best teams ahead of them. They got the wins that they need, and they did it in good fashion. Hey, for HCTV, we got a lot of broadcasts coming your way. Tomorrow night, we have our undefeated football team taking on Chaska here at home. On the 18th, we have our girls swim and dive taking on Matamidi. On the 23rd, we have our girls soccer team taking on Simley. And on the 26th, our football team is back at it against Two Rivers. I'm Kyle Kreiser, as always, joined by Jeremy Reuter. Jeremy, it's been fun as always. We love broadcasting girls soccer. And we're going to give some shout-outs quick before we kind of wrap this all up. Let's give a shout-out to Hunter Pinky, the producer, director, graphics, replay, the guy that does it all,
everything.
Right?
Yeah, we're lost without him.
Absolutely. And to give a little shout-out to our camera operators, Ian Andersack, Max Slocum, Avery Cheeseman, and Will Sellen, along with our sponsors, The Spoolhouse and Culver's. Thank you for what you do for HCTV. We'll be back at you at 7 o'clock for the boys varsity game against the Packers.